The Children's Advocacy Center of Bristol, Washington County, Virginia is a place where child victims of neglect and physical and sexual abuse are made whole again. Their young lives have been invaded by an ugly side of life many of us can never imagine, and it is the CAC's mission to restore in these children a sense of positive self-worth, trust in others, and the emotional strength to take on life's journey with confidence and success. The puzzle of caring for young abuse victims has dozens of pieces: therapists, families, prosecutors, social workers, law enforcement officials, court-appointed advocates, and more. The Children's Advocacy Center at Preston's Grove is where all these services converge, so that children in Bristol and Washington County, Virginia, visit a single child-friendly atmosphere for their care. Medical treatment when needed is the only service not provided within our facility. So how often is the Children's Advocacy Center treating children? Unfortunately, we find ourselves opening a new case file every 2 days. That's a new case of child neglect or physical or sexual abuse every 2 days, right here at home. A 12-year-old girl sexually molested by her uncle. An 8-year-old boy sodomized by his stepfather. A 7-year-old girl bruised by blows from a stick swung by her mother. Their stories leave you heartsick. But as tough as it is for us to hear, imagine how difficult it is for a child victim to open up and share what has happened. That's why the CAC is so important. We're the place where light shines on the dark stories. We work to gain trust, show that we care, and show that we'll do everything in our power to ensure that children won't return to that unimaginable world they left behind.
What we hear the most from children is that they're afraid. They're afraid that we're not going to believe their story. Our community treatment teams do a really good job of letting kids know that we do believe them and that we are going to do everything that we possibly can to make sure that they're safe. Once we've earned their trust and they know that we're here to help them, that's when the resolution and, most importantly, the healing can begin.
The Children's Advocacy Center of Bristol, Washington County, Virginia began providing service in 1998. Our combined team service approach has brought real results for child victims, their families, and our community.
The Children's Advocacy Center has benefited the investigation and prosecution of sexual and physical abuse cases in our community threefold. First, it provides the community with a central location for the initial interviews to be taken, and those interviews are memorialized so that the victims don't have to go through repeated abuse of having to retell their story. Secondly, it provides for a centralized information collection point for all the agencies, law enforcement and social services agencies that are involved in an investigation to come together, disseminate information, and use that information to further the investigation. Finally, in the prosecution phase of a case, it allows for the children to deal with people that are experienced in the court process to prepare them for having to testify and what that experience will be like before they ever have to walk into a courtroom.
It takes time, but the professionals at the Children's Advocacy Center see bad situations become good again.
The staff was always friendly, and my daughter knew she was in a safe, secure place to tell her story. Thanks to the counseling services she received, she has recovered from the abuse and is a stronger, more confident child who knows that she's loved and safe.
The CAC has helped my children learn how strong they really are. They know that what happened to them was not their fault and no one else will be able to hurt them again. CAC has just been really great through this whole process. I don't know what I would have done without them.
Unfortunately, our grandson came to us from an abusive environment. He was angry, he had limited communication, and he was afraid that everyone he met was going to hurt him. But through counseling at the Children's Advocacy Center, he has learned to deal with these emotions, and he's learning to trust again. Now he's a happy, outgoing child who loves to sing. We can never adequately express our gratitude to the Children's Advocacy Center.
On an almost daily basis, we see children whose lives have been altered through abuse and neglect. The professionals here at the Children's Advocacy Center are committed to restoring those lives. As a society, we all feel the effects of child abuse. If left untreated, it can lead to unhealthy relationships, substance abuse, and even suicide. That's why the CAC model is so important to us all. Even though this is a tough job, we take pride in knowing that we're helping children build a better tomorrow.
Very specialized care by highly trained professionals is provided at the Children's Advocacy Center. And while you may not possess these skills, there are plenty of ways you can support the CAC. We have volunteers who contribute more than 2,000 hours of work each year, entertaining clients or their siblings during treatment breaks, answering the phone, mowing grass, even helping spruce up our facility. And your monetary support, combined with contributions from the United Way, community groups, local government, and corporate givers, means the Children's Advocacy Center can continue to put together the pieces of a child victim's broken life to bring hope, help, and healing here at home.